Hello, welcome to this little stream. Today I am gonna just fixing things ahead of, well, for the release in January. And January is now, the release is sort of late January. And I have my list here. These are things I've fixed, and this is things I have left to fix. Can run the game. Usually the music also in the game, so I have this background music based having the game on. Don't need to play it separately. Yeah, I'm also gonna just quickly post the link to this in my Discord server, like I always do. Go to my channel, turn the game on, and then I go down to my, there we go. Yeah, so fixing things for my release in January. It will be late January, probably, maybe on itch first, because I still haven't gotten my Steam page access, and you need some time to build some wish lists on there and stuff. And I know it can take more than a month to get enough wish lists and stuff, but this game is a lot about me proving to myself that I can, finish and ship a game. But yeah, I would like there to be some wish lists on Steam, just so it has some chance of having a splash on there. But it might release late January on itch.io, and then maybe in February or something on Steam, because it might, and also maybe then the Steam version will have some extra fixes. I'm thinking of maybe translating the game between the itch and the Steam version, because currently it's all in English. So what I would think of doing today is some nice graphical touch-ups. We have these two: cat leave rocket animation and cat slide down wall to standing transition. Two animations, but that also requires some programming. Well, especially this one, because you need to know, like, you can show both these. You start the game, you slide down a wall like this, then you snaps to the standing position. It would be nice if it... Is there even a... Because when you jump and grab a wall or grab a ledge, then I think it's supposed to do a little transition. Yeah, it does like a little thing there. So that I want to fix. That's just making a small transition animation, probably. And leave rocket animation. I've made a enter rocket animation I can show. I have the rocket placed over here. It's not supposed to be over here, but I have it over here just to test things. So I can talk to this onion here, and it jumps out like this. Then I can talk to it a bit, and if I say the correct thing, then we go to Space Onion will try to take me away to somewhere. So I say let's go, and then it jumps in, and then it goes off. So I made that animation where it jumps in. One thing here, let's reset the game. One thing here to notice is that, like, currently when I run around like this, I mean, this is a separate entity from this one, right? But when I say let's go, what actually happens immediately, the cat is despawned. It's just removed from the game, and the rocket changes its animations. The rocket changes to an animation that is much bigger than itself. That also includes the cat jumping in. That makes it a bit easier, because then I don't have to perfectly line up the rocket and the cat. Well, I can show the animation. Where is it? Cat jump into rocket. This sounds correct. So this is the one I made. So you see here, the cat is standing here, and it's sort of in the same. So I just measured how, because I recently added, so like if I talk to the squirrel, it runs around and stands in a specific position, and since I know which specific position the character will stand in, then I can just measure how far away is that, and then I can make a custom animation with both in it, so that it does this. And then at the end, what happens here is this animation ends, and then the rocket changes to a special separate sprite with the rocket, and this cat head is put on this position here, so it looks like the cat is sitting inside. I just realized maybe there's a bug here. Maybe I can talk to the rocket from behind currently. Let me just check that and fix that if that's the case. Yep. So look, this will now be broken, because I just added a thing this morning, so you can talk to the rocket from 2 directions. I didn't think of that, because in this specific case you must stay on the left, otherwise this animation, look at this now, it's on the wrong side. I didn't think of that. You know what I can do? I can fix it. Create entity from entity kind. So here's my Odin code for the game. And the rocket is defined somewhere here. I think here. I can say interactable direction from facing equals true. That means the rocket is always facing west, even though it looks like it has no facing, because it's very symmetric, you know. But so now, oh wait, I must reset like this. So now it runs around and stands, because the rocket is facing this way, like from here towards here, just like the squirrel is, but you don't really see it. And it's also bugged now because my state got messed up, but never mind that. So now it ran to the correct side. The problem is I later want it to be possible to, so it's not like this, but I can fix that too, because in the second level there is a space where I want it to be possible to interact from both sides, but I can just change it when that happens. So we have an event, what's it called? Event rocket. What happens in the second level? It's somewhere up here. You go into this trigger here. It's the teleport entity. It just sets a progress flag and then teleports it. Well, that's unfortunate, and I can't. If it was an event that had custom code, then yeah. So the rocket will stand here, and I want to be able to talk to it from both sides. Oopsie. I'll think of that a bit. Maybe I'll add a separate event or something. It's not. I will run into that problem later again. I will notice it later. Let's commit this to the gitty ditty. Rocket talkable from only one side again. I had that. And then, so now let's go back to what we're doing. So, we're fixing things for the release. This is my to-do list. It contains lots of things. The things with an X in front is stuff already done. We're doing sort of graphics and programming at the same time. So we want to do cat leave rocket animation. I showed you just now the jump into rocket, so there needs to be a similar one for when you get out again. And then there needs to be a slide down wall to standing transition. So let's do this one first. That's some programming and some animation, I think. Let me just look at how I did it for the other one. Because there is cat jump to hang. This one, so you're flying in the air and then it sort of this in between frame is because you don't really see it, because this one plays in like, this is just a tiny animation that's done to move the cat up into the hanging position, and it's not really possible to, it must play very quickly, so it looks very silly. But I want to do something similar for when it's sliding down, right? So what we'll do, we will go to cat game, source data. This is the wall climb animation. Let's go to let's put this here. No, not this one. Let's just say in progress, and we say these two. Right. So, what was I doing? It also looks like it, I think, yeah, there's no animation for when it lands on the wall either, actually, I realize. Actually, I think you can use the same animation for when you land like this. So you see there's a nice animation. Oh, you can't always see it. That one. There's a little turns up. It also seems like it's a bit buggy with the when that triggers. That would be annoying. What is it? Yeah. So let's do two things. Let's start with making it so that the cat. Maybe I can use the same animation when it just wants to do the wall climb, because now it snaps. That will look much nicer. Okay, let's see. And set state in this function here. This is the function that takes the player cat and sets a state, right? In this function, when it's hang, then it says like if s.transition played, does this, otherwise it does jump to hang. Okay, I'm gonna check something here. If how many ways can we get in, because this is the hang state, that's the one that's hanging, but we want to fix the wall slide state, which is this one. Wall slide both climbs up when you hold space, it climbs, but it also slides down when you release, or if you climb to the top it goes tired. So I want to check when is this entered. So we're in the hang state and we say time to climb down. Okay. In this case it should not play the transition because you're already hanging there. Here it enters the wall slide from the climbing state. Oh yeah, there is a separate state from this climbing. But yeah. Ooh. I got some kind of delicious bun. Mmm. Cinnamon. Mmm. Let's see here. So here it's entering the wall slide state. When you tell it to climb down after hang, you can already be climbing and then let go or come to the top. Then it goes into wall slide. I was wrong before. There is a separate climbing state. It doesn't climb within the wall slide state. That was just how it was before. Then you can be jumping and hit the wall, go into wall slide. It's only one of these cases that you should play this transition. In this case, it's already hanging, so it should not play the transition. In this case, it's already sort of hanging, so it should not play the transition. So we do something similar to before. Player state, because there is a transition played. Yeah, this one. This is for the hang state. But in case of the wall slide state, we can do something similar. Do like this. Player state hang. Player state wall slide. So this controls which animation it should start in. So transition played, true, if it's already, if the transition has already played so that it, well, if you're already hanging there, then it does this. But this I just copied from up here, so I'm not sure this position is correct. This is the hang state grab pos. Yeah, that's wrong. Yeah, I think we can. See what was here before. Anim wall slide. Anim wall slide. Let's just try that. So now we go here and we check transition played. Yeah, this is the hang state. This is what plays the transition. It essentially lerps the player's position to where it should be, which I'm not sure I need to do, but we'll see. And then it does some other stuff. So let's go to the wall slide. Okay, climbing. So somewhere here, I think. Here we copy this code in here. Needed position. Okay, I'm just gonna try playing the transition. Anim wall slide. Like that. So this update animation returns true if the animation finished one loop, which is the case we have that this thing has played. So then I think maybe it should break here so it leaves, it doesn't do anything else unless let's try that. Oh, almost. The only thing you see there is that it plays again when I release it, but that's just because that's what I was investigating before. Here it needs to say transition played equals true, because we're transitioning from the already hanging state to this one, and then there's another one called climbing here. Well, this looks chaotic. Here it says this is also if you've already been in the climbing state but let go, or if you reach the top, then it says can't climb. You have to go down to the ground and try again. So that's why it's like that. Now, yeah, it doesn't look perfect yet because yeah. Is there a... I think there's also some code in here that lerps the position. We want this to run as well. Okay. You know what we can do instead? If instead of all this, we can do this. Anim done equals this, and then we say no wait, we wanted to always play this little thing. I think we should steal this whole thingamabob. Maybe we can put it up here instead. Just move it so it happens before. Because this is the thing that lerps you to the wall, this thing. It start wherever the state started to a specific offset that I've set so that it nicely lines up with the wall. Ah, the break is gone, so I thought it didn't look very interesting anymore. This one is a bit hard to make happen when you land on the edge. Doesn't always happen. Now it happens. There it didn't happen. But that's a separate problem. But the thing that makes you hang to this is actually a grab position here. And that one it can measure like, oh, I'm close enough, so I'm gonna assume you want to grab that. So you can actually say that when you're over here, you say, okay, let's grab it, and then it can interpolate the player to this position while it's turning it up, so it doesn't always work. Yeah. I think that's quite... Yeah. Let's keep it like that. Okay, let's fix the sliding down thing now. I was thinking that it's essentially the same animation but run back. That would work. Like this, if it did that when it came down. But I don't think I have any support for playing animation backwards. Either I add it or I make a new animation. Let's see. Is there a button to like reverse? Reverse frames. Yeah, let's try that for starters. Cat wall slide to stand. Days. Then we also export a sprite sheet. Put it in here and we call it cat wall slide to stand PNG. And then yeah, open entity dot this random crap. Player cat. This one currently still has all the images in here. I was thinking of putting these in some separate thingy, but they've stayed here. Anim wall slide to stand. Animate sprite. Okay, put it there. Entity. And then we need to create the animation. We say anim wall slide to stand is animation of cat wall slide to stand. And let's see, it needs to play rough. You see, this is how many seconds each frame is allowed to take. This is the frame time. And what we can see is some of these. This is like the idle, and this is the walk is like 100 milliseconds roughly. But then the jump to hang is very quick. It's like 30 milliseconds per frame. So we can do something similar here. So we put that there. And then when we are in set state, okay, let's see, how do we do this in a good way? So we're sliding down, right? We go look at this sliding down state. It's not you. Here. At the bottom here. If grounded, then it sets the state normal. Okay. What the hell is this? Ah, okay. You know what? I'm just gonna add a player state wall slide to normal. It's just a small state that's gonna, the only thing it's gonna do is play an animation. Might even be empty, the struct. Let's put it at the bottom here. Struct. Yeah, then it complains because I added a so player state is a union. So union has, you know, it consists of different structs. Some of them have a state inside them, some of them don't. When I add a variant to it, then all the switches on the union. So this switch is it's a union, it's a Odin union. So you can switch on the type name here of the variant, and you get both the, and then you also in the variable s you get the data. So you don't need to have an enum and a union like in C. You can have just a union and switch on the type name. It's pretty handy. So let's do this. p.anim equals anim p.anim will slide to stand. Then it's also, so this is what happens when you enter the state. It's a set state. It does some different things. This gets the default collider. So it just wants to know what kind of collider do you want in this state. Some states don't have a collider because they're essentially like magical states that do weird things with positions and moving the player around. So you maybe it's a state that can move through walls or something. So it doesn't want the collider. This one wants the default collider, I think. And then we are down here. This is what the state does. This is what the state does. We put it at the bottom here. The only thing it's gonna do is update animation. It's gonna do something like this. Wait, is there a look at that later. Maybe I can make it into like a special state that's just like a state plays one-shot animation or something. But this is all it needs to do, right? It needs to play the animation. When it's done, go into the normal state. And then in the wool slide, play state wool slide. We need to, in this case, oh, I already fixed it. In both those cases, it does this. Okay. Wait. Yeah, I know what's going on. You need to explicitly say. So here's the thing I would like to fix. But I don't have time to fix it, but for future projects I would do an Aseprite importer or something. Use an Aseprite importer. You know, something that takes a .aseprite file. That's the internal file format of Aseprite, and imports it. And then it can just read out like how many frames, and then you can also have custom frame lengths. You can with Aseprite export that .json file next to it, and you could read a .json file that sits next to it and contains, you know, the extra information, whatever. But I haven't done that either, and then I was like, oh, maybe I should just do the Aseprite importer. But yeah, so currently I just cat wall slide to stand is 4 frames. That's that is thing. You notice quite quickly when it's not in there, because then I think it's 1 frame. Okay, I have to reset the game. Yeah, there you go. It's quite good enough. Nice. And there's another case that I think will look strange right now, but we'll look at that. We'll teleport out here, we'll teleport up here, be here, let go. What's weird with it is that maybe it's fine. Maybe it's fine. Maybe this one should be slightly longer. Was that longer? Was it longer? Kind of cute. He's like, meh. Let's go. Yeah, looks good. So the thing I thought was going to look better was because I reset the velocity to 0. Then I thought it would look strange. Oh, it actually gets gravity, I think. So in the other case, over here, it also gets gravity, but since there's ground under it, it doesn't fall through the ground, of course, because that's what ground's supposed to do, not fall through it. But it actually applies gravity all the time. So that combination of things works out. Okay. I call that done. Cat slide down. Whoa, yeah, good. Cat leave rocket animation. That's a bigger one. I have to decide how it should look. Somehow toggle it, spawn the cat in the place. When it's done with animation, the cat needs to just stand at the correct place, and you know, all these things. Yeah. So we're gonna try to figure out how to do that one. Unless there's something more. Let's have a look at the list again. We have many funny things. We have a crash on when you change audio output on Windows. The game crashes currently. It's probably just that it still tries to use the audio system in Raylib is probably initialized still. I think you need to do something when you change that. And then there's lots of small things. I'm starting to get to the point where many of these things are not very big. So I think the graphics things are the biggest things still, and like I haven't made my Steam page yet because I'm waiting for, I think Valve is on Christmas break or something, because usually they take, so when you create a Steam page, what you need to do is you need to go to register an account, and then you need to do the Steam Direct fee, which is $100, and then they will look at your stuff. You need to fill out if you're, I don't know how if it's when you're in the US, but over here in Sweden you need to fill out a tax information thingy. So they check with the US tax agency, and I'd verify your identity somehow with your passport. I don't know how that works. So they need to do all that, and I think the third-party people who Valve use to do that have been on Christmas vacation, because usually it should take between 2 and 7 days, but I think it's like 9 days now or something. So I think they're taking a bit longer than usual. So I'm waiting for that. My itch page I need also to work on, but I have a draft one that I will polish a bit. But yeah, no, I still think the leave rocket animation is the best to do. So we will put this back on the right side. We can look at this. So this is what's supposed to. You come flying like this. Ooh, wee. And then it lands this. I need some way to test this quicker. Then it just plops out there. That's the animation that's missing, the jumping out. Yeah. So as usual, I think I'm just gonna animate the thing and then figure out how to put it in the game later, because it's possible to put it in. It's just Just need to massage some code to make it work. So I put connect the old Wacom. I think that's, oh sorry, I hit the mic. I think that's, oh, maybe I should have my camera flipped because all text on the camera is flipped. Okay, so we connect that, and then we need to think a bit. We need to open Aseprite. So essentially, what we want, it's fine if it jumps out and always lands on the left side. That's good enough, because all the places where I've actually used this, it lands on the left side. Let's see. Yeah. So what changes do I have in here? Why is this marked as changed? It's scary. I'm gonna close it and be like, nope. Not that one. The jump into rocket. That's the jumping in animation made last week. I even made this one as a cute. I put it on the Twitters, as I call it. Find it here. Turned out pretty nice, I think. I'm pleased with that. So now I will save this as, I will say cat leave rocket. This. We'll do something. We won't do something. We of course won't play this in reverse, because that would be strange. Right. But we can start from this frame. How do I use computer? Like that. There's actually one thing. This is not the final frame. Well, it's the final frame of the animation, but when the cat is in the rocket, it's actually one more frame up like this. But that's not shown in the animation because it will get there automatically. Okay. So now we need to somehow, I think we should just jump out and land. Simple as that. Maybe I want the whole cat here. Let's go and find the idle cat. This guy. Paste it in here. What is it in Aseprite? It's like remove. Shift H, I think. Yes. Flips selection. So we can delete this guy. Pull this guy in here. Is the idle one wider than the... Let's see. This is the original animation. There's 2 pixels to the right of the eye. This one has 3 pixels to the right of the eye. Well, do like that maybe. I think this is how it looks. Yeah, that's how it looks. best way to do this is I will do some keyframes with the put the cat in different places, like maybe we should have one charging frame where it goes back a bit, then it goes shooting out, goes up, down, lands, compress a bit, and then back up. Slowly back up. Oops, I moved everything. Something like that. I never tried doing that before. Usually I just animate everything as I go, but maybe it's better to put the idle animation in as keyframes. Because now I can just go through this and be like, okay, this guy, remove, make it look like the, make it look. I've actually realized when I do animation, I tend to use the mouse because it's more like a editing workflow than a making new stuff workflow. So there's a difference here. No, wait, it's not. It's supposed to be like this. So then maybe add one extra animation frame in here. So it pulls back slowly. Delete all this extra crap. Like that. So then it goes like, it's hiding. Yeah, like that maybe. So it's like, ooh, and a bam. So when you animate, it's important to don't try to put too many frames in between, especially if it's supposed to go fast. So here it's slowly, taking a bit charge in there, and then when it jumps, that's, if some people would like to, they would smear the frames that go very fast. I haven't really done that in my game because I'm not very seasoned animator, but yeah. Also I have this problem, and it's just only with the rocket and the cat that they're just sort of the same color. They're not over on top of each other that much, but it's in these animations, you see, because usually the cat stands down here somewhere. It's usually not a problem, I think. But during the animation, it's a bit hard to work with, so I disable the... So I disable it. Okay. Need to make this... We need to push the body down a bit. Maybe take the legs, pull them backward, and then pull this one forward. Yeah, kitty cat. Maybe the tail got bonked by the, it came flying out, so maybe it smacked this. Okay, that's how it's gonna look. Whoa, pressed 2 puts it at 200%. We need more percents. Okay, it's hiding. Bam! And then maybe this one, maybe it looks down a bit. Does it look totally weird if I do that? I don't think so. Put this like this. The legs are still like wow wee wah. Like that. Whoa. Looks a bit strange. I feel like it's, yeah, it was 1 pixel too long. And then, what is it doing then? Bam. How does it look when it's falling straight down? I think you should still look down a bit. Maybe the body is still turned like downwards a bit. But this leg here is starting to come in for landing. Like a plane, putting out the landing gears. Yeah, something like that maybe. And then in this one, still it sort of lands. Actually, you should probably, it just smacks down, because that's again part of the fast movement. It can get up slowly, but it will be like whew. So you can't have too many frames of the legs sort of compressing. And then maybe it does something like this. Maybe the eyes go down a bit because it's like whoa. And then the tail, of course, will whip forward when that happens. It will be here as well. Maybe here it even goes. That looks weird. But it's always unclear what looks weird, because, you know, this will play for a few milliseconds. And then the tail starts going up again. And maybe we add one more frame here. The cat almost being totally done. Okay. Hop. Quite happy with that. The tail is a bit jarring to me. Maybe they should start going up already here, and here it's like, alright. So still too much. Straight up here already. Dudunk. I think also something I should try here is to push the head down a bit. Already here. No, maybe not here. Boop. Boop. Yeah, something like that. I can tweak it a bit more. Let's try to get into the game. Let's try to get it into the game. Stop playing. Cat leave rocket. Export. Export as sprite sheet. It's actually the Aseprite file is actually misnamed because this is not a cat animation, it's a rocket animation. Because like I said before, you let the rocket do these animations, and then you, when it's done, you spawn the cat at the correct position. It's much easier because the cat doesn't exist yet. You can't control it anyway, so there's no point in having the cat character spawn. You change the animation on the rocket to this one and then spawn the cat when it's done. Where's my rocket animations? Here it is, Space. Oh yeah, they're badly named. One is called Rocket, and the other one is called Space Onion. It's somewhere. Look at me not finding files. Here's Rocket Cat jump in. Rocket Cat leave. I think all that is good. So then we go back to the code. Let's look at the rocket. Okay. Jump into rocket. Rocket spline. It's called like rocket spline done. This is a function that's run when it comes to this level. It goes through a spline here and eventually lands. When it's done, it does all this. Here it currently spawns the cat and stuff, which it shouldn't do yet. I'll remove all that for now. And then hello, Hong Kun. Welcome to the stream. I made this animation and I want to use it for when you leave this rocket here. I think all this is okay, doesn't matter. Let's try this. How does it start? There's an animation when you get in, jump into rocket. Okay, then it changes the rocket to use a new renderable with each one, blah 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 blah, all this. So let's steal that. It's called P here for some reason. I think it's because I thought it was the player character, that was the rocket. Rocket cat leave. One shot. This we can try doing just like that. It's not gonna work properly because wait, num frames also. I need to go here, find this one, rocket cat leave, go to Aseprite, check how many frames, 10. All right, like I said, this is a workflow. Maybe I should read Aseprite files instead, but I'm not doing that. Okay, let's try this again. Flies out. I should probably, I'm just gonna see how it looks when I run it like this first. I think it might actually not work at all. No. I know why. I think I need to. Will it work now? I think I need to reload the animation somehow. I pressed the hot reload animations key because I've added this animation while the game is running. Let's see here. It still doesn't work. I will restart the game. Not sure why it's like that. Also press enter. There you go, it works. Press enter to make it go here. Boop. Okay. Why? That's interesting. I don't understand how the rocket knows to change back to its other animation. Let's see. When does it change animation? I think it's Actually, this stuff, you know, I could do something more interesting here. I could do something like that. If the first renderable has a one-shot animation and it's at the last one, then it just changed the animation to one that's not one-shot anymore. Maybe it's like this. Because I use that for also when the onion grows up. So I think now it ran this code here and would change the animation, which is what I want. That's all good. Right. Rocket spline done. So I do that, I switch the animation. Now the only problem is I want to do something. Thank you, Nayat. Now I want to do something when this animation is done. I should have some kind of animation done events, but we can do like this maybe. Go to Rocket and then we say Rocket one shot done tie event enum. So we say none, and then we say spawn cat jumped out. On shot, one shot done event. Rocket one shot done event. Like that. We go back to the spline done. Spline. Then we say p dot one shot done event is cat. Wait, what is it called? Cat jumped out. Okay. So then in Rocket update we can do something like, okay, there's a one shot event is done. Then we switch the p dot one shot done event. So case none, nothing happens. Case what's it called? Let's just ask the compiler. Cat jumped out. Then we need to spawn cat here. Right. So Rocket spline done none. It's essentially this code that needs to be done now. Spawn cat. Right. Blah 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 blah. We do all that. Yeah, we'll see how this looks. Yeah, hit the cat is face. Cat dot facing equals west. Wait for the hot reload. Restart. Enter. Jump out. It falls down to the ground. We add maybe push it down 3 pixels. Wait a minute. I think the animation jumps a bit too far. So I'm probably gonna change that. I like this frame. Don't want to change it too much. You can slide a bit on the ground, just like 1 or 2 pixels. Maybe. I don't know how that will look. Ugh! Broke his face. It also looks more natural because it sort of gets up a bit, gets a bit forward when it stands up again. Oops. See. Yeah, that actually looks better already. Re-export animation, reload. Oh, I just need to jump in and out of the level editor and that happens. Yeah, there you see. What I just need to do now is to move. I can just hard code this number, it's fine. Okay, it needs to be pushed down further, maybe 10. Wait, why does it... Oh, it's minus. Now I have no idea what this number means. Let's set that as 0 and retry. Oh! I think he ended up inside the table. Oh no, of course. Yeah. Needs to be minus 20 there, not plus 20. Okay, minus 21. And maybe this should be 0. You see, when programming code, when you have hot reload and you're sort of making games on your own like this, you can hard code in constant like this to sort of for special events where it needs to be placed in a spot, and you can quickly iterate on it with hot reload. So the code is data. It's fine. Okay, we need to push it down maybe 2 pixels. I mean, of course it would be nice to have something where I could perfectly line this up, but I don't do it that much. These kind of things that there's no time benefit in me for making a whole editor where I do these kind of things. It does look a bit like is it getting pushed up by the... No? Okay, maybe not. Maybe it's almost there. Does it blink? Looks like there's one frame without a cat there. Yeah, there's one frame without it. That's I kinda know what's going on. It's added while the rocket is updating, and then it won't get drawn until the next frame. I'll figure something out for that. It needs to be one more pixel to the left. If you just got rid of the blinking, that would look good. The blinking. Okay, the blinking is due to... But... why does that happen? What does the cat update function? I think maybe it's that the cat schedules its own update. Somehow. I mean, schedules its own rendering. Okay, enable entity. It's the cat. Animation is the idle animation. Okay. In draw world, what does it do? It goes through all the renderables. I know why now. It doesn't have a renderable yet here because this doesn't set any renderable on the cat. I think I can just do like this for now. update cat. No. Cat update. A bit stuck in between. Like the cat uses a more complicated animation system, and then I simplified the one that's used by all other entities. And the cat is sort of hooked into it by updating it each frame. But yeah, it's not perfect. E dot number renderable equals 1. E dot renderable 0 is v dot anim texture, and then it says maybe like that. No. Maybe like this. Maybe it will stop blinking now. Yep. It's still 1 pixel off. So minus 23 pixels. Because you take a step back. Looks a bit weird still. Is it one? Does it spawn 1 pixel up and then? Ah, there you go. That was 1 pixel error, and it made everything feel super weird. And then I pushed it down 1 more pixel, and it's like, nice. Good. This needs to play in another spot I have on this level. Go up here. And it plays a spline. I'm not sure exactly how it gets out. Let's see. Come on, Rocket. Get over here. We'll fly up here. Jumps in. It left me. I think I broke it somehow with... How did I break it? Okay, let's see. What happens when it... Yeah, it eventually get up there. That's fine. But why did it... Oh! It spawned another cat while it's up there. So now actually I have 2 cats in the game at the same time. These are separate entities. New game mode unlocked. This has never happened before. It's quite interesting. Teleported one. Make a whole game out of this. Oh, now they merged to 1, but it's still actually 2. Gotta make exciting music when you have multiple cats. Co-op game confirmed. No. That's funny. Because it spawned another one when it's up there, because this one was never deleted. Because I think this code ran. Why? Okay, let's see here. What happens? I think it's a dialogue choice. Go into the dialogue system here. You say to the rocket, something. Let's fly up there. Sure, jump in. Cat enter rocket in front of Oak. Amazing event name. Cat enter rocket in front of Oak. Then it does jump into rocket. I see the No, I don't see the problem. Then it will play. Oh, I know why. I know why. Rocket update. This is a bit of a shittily programmed thing here, you know, because this thing will remain here. So if there's ever another one-shot animation played, this one is still in the same one. So needs to do that. So it ran this code and spawned a cat immediately outside the rocket. Okay, let's restart the level. So nice that it jumps out. Like, I just play this again. I can remove the drawing tablet. Hop. I love these smooth transitions. So my goal for the game visually is that the cat is on the screen the whole time in some way. Sometimes maybe it's small, like you saw when it was flying out of there, but it's on the screen the whole time, and there are never any, like, there's never any animation snapping really, you know. It doesn't just like you enter the rocket and it just snaps inside. That's fine if you're making, you know, Battlefield, because then you need to prioritize snappiness in multiplayer, so you can quickly play the game like you want. But here it's a bit more like cinematic, so it's fun to do those things. So I want it to be like the cat is on the screen the whole game and goes through smooth animations without snapping from beginning to the end. And there's also never ever any there's no hard level changes either. So I want the level, whenever it changes level, it puts the game in such a state so that you actually don't notice it. I'm almost there. I have a few ones left to fix. Let's see here. Now this guy comes flying. Let's see how this works now. And now he disappeared still. he hid inside. He just left us. Why did that happen? What did I change? He jumped inside. He jumped inside. Why did it? Why did it disappear? Because it's just supposed to be like cat inside equals true. Jump into rocket. This is the thing it runs, right? Yes, it does this. And then it does all this. This essentially puts the rocket on the spline. So it jumps into the rocket and then it says fetch the rocket and then change the rocket state so it doesn't, you can talk to it and shit, and the camera follows the rocket and blah blah blah. And then it does this. Okay. Doing jumping anime, okay, that's good. What did I do to break it? Rocket spline done. That's the only one that sets it false. That's not gonna run suddenly, is it? No. Maybe it's just... me check something. Ah, I know why. They're doing jump in anim. Cat jumped in. I don't like this really. It's I should have some kind of state machine on here, because now there's a flag that says like, oh, it's a bit crafty. Cat, it's called rocket one shot done event. Cat jumped in. Okay, so jump into rocket, and then we can say one shot done event dot jumped in, like that. Now it will work, I think. Get over here. Where is he? He's tired. There it is. I think I didn't trigger the thing. I was too far to the left. Yeah, now it's correct. So that worked. Yeah, it's a bit messy with these. You have this event, and there's also a bool that says if it's doing the animation. Yeah, I'd look at that. I might just leave it like that. I mean, it works, just messy. No, nothing is gonna build on top of this, so this is sort of, you know, what I call leaf code. There will never be anything that builds on top of this, I think. So it can be a bit messy. The dangerous thing is when you're, you know, the code that controls more core things, like how does the physics work, how does the rendering work, how does the main game update loop work. If that code is messy and there's a lot of flags everywhere and it's unclear what's happening, then you're gonna have big trouble, because you need to build stuff on top of that. But this is just, yeah. That's the thing about gameplay code. It will often be like lots of special cases and lots of objects looking at each other, changing each other. So it is by nature a bit messier somehow. Is that done? I think so. Great. Let's put that into the old gits. Okay. Cat leave rocket animation. Wait. To add these files. Amend the commit. You can always amend the commits in Git before you pushed it, before it's live on the other side on the server. You can do -- amend, and then it will commit whatever you added to your stage since that. Here I added these 4 missing files to the stage, but actually some of this was for the last commit that I also forgot. The wall slide stuff is all messed up anyways. Okay, good. I did my 2 things. Let's move these to the bottom here. The so I know my face is sort of here. Completed. I almost every stream I talk about, I should have like a overlay on the screen that just makes a red semicircle on the bottom right, so I know that. So I have like on my screen I see a red thing there. Then I know like that's a bad place to do stuff because no one will see it because there's a silly human in the way. Okay, so what we're doing today, fixing things. Because we have this list, these are completed things, these are maybe things. But yeah, lots of funny things. I need to build on Linux, but I already built on Mac. And I think it's gonna be, I think I can probably use the same build script. It's a shell script. So I'm gonna worry about that, not right now. Exit from this is annoying, but I can fix that. So essentially, problem in 2D games is, well, if it's a first-person game, you know, in 3D, then what you can see is what you can see when you walk around. Well, you can play with field of view, but that's it. But in 2D, you can, like a side scroller like this, you can make if you have a screen that's very wide, you can see very much further to the sides. There's many ways to fix that. If it's like a generated game like Terraria, no problem, just show more of the world, or, you know, just make sure it looks okay with whatever you have there. This game has lots of set pieces, as I call it, in the sense that, you know, this tree, there is nothing over here. If I take the debug camera and fly and look, you know, it's like this. So if I have a super wide screen, then it's like, oh, okay, it's gonna show lots of crap. And also this house here is just broken. But I'm thinking that I might just fill the graphics out. I've add things, so if I run it, and then I can emulate super widescreen by just doing this. That's you know, now it's emulating ultra widescreen, and I can test that. And at some point I have to stop, you know, supporting things, but I can try to make sure also that it blends off into just empty air in a nice way. And then if you do the opposite, you do like a 5-4, which is it like this maybe? 4-4-3, old school. Why don't I make it bigger? Like this maybe. It's like old school. This almost works already. Looks a bit like a Pico 8 game then. Almost square aspect ratio. Anyways, so I need to fix that, but that's more of a very annoying grunt work, sort of going through graphics and adding things. Initially I was like, maybe I should lock the aspect ratio, but that's such a like, then people with these fancy ultra widescreen monitors will get sad. And I mean, 69 is 90. 69 plus 1610 I think is 95% of the market. So it's really the standard widescreen resolutions is almost everyone. But there is some 4.3, 5.4 and ultra widescreen, which is like 28.9 or something. Or something, I don't remember that one. Fix the weird blue stone. I didn't referring to this one. This guy. I don't know what I painted that, and then I don't know. Fix transitions between levels, no glitches. This one is probably the biggest one still left on there. So that, I mean, I want all level transitions to not have a glitch in them, so that you don't notice that you change level essentially. Currently, I can show the level change here. Let's make this a bit wider again. This goes off. You fly through the air. Ooh. It's the scared cloud. W. Where's the H? Where is the H? I need to make sure that these letters, the red ones, actually spawn at some point. Because currently it's random, and you know there's no guarantee that something that's random, even if it's 1 in 26, ever spawns. Could take 2 hours. It's very unlikely, but it's possible. I should have something like when it spawned between 20 and 30 other letters, it spawns one of these or something, or like a max time in between. Now, so the reason I show this is because this is one of the level changes that are smooth currently. Does the one goes there? I think there's one might be one glitch where let's see if we can see it. Yeah, there's a rocket is upside down for one frame, but the transition itself, everything is aligned in the correct place. And I want to do that for everything. It's just a few places left after this, but so nice now that the cat jumps out properly. So I have to do that. Improved cave look is in the beginning. I've already done some cracks and stuff, but it's a bit blocky and weird. To the itch page. This is not really a problem. This is a debug problem. Closing the game doesn't close app on Mac. Yeah, like if you close the game on the Mac, then it's it should close the app in the dock, but it doesn't. This is a silly one where I wanted the cat to be white after you get covered in flour. This one is quite interesting. So maybe I should do this one because I've been thinking about it a lot and not fixing it. So there's clouds in the game. You see these? They go. They just go. Right. Problem is eventually they get over here. Showing the level editor. Eventually the clouds get over here. And then they just continue forever. If you play the level for long enough, then eventually you won't have any clouds anymore. And I also have these small cute clouds that go around the mountains, I thought. But I think they're just gonna go on. I could put them on a spline so they go like around the mountaintop or something. You know? Like it goes like this or something. But I don't know. Hello, Elisu. Welcome. So maybe I'll fix the clouds. So what I'm thinking is 2 volumes. One volume. One volume maybe over here somewhere. Maybe a big volume here, like that. And then a big volume over here. And the one on the right is like go into here and you that's when the cloud has gotten to the edge of the level, right? And then it goes over here, and then it gets teleported on the same height, but the X position gets in a big volume over here. I don't know. That would solve it. Then it will go around the level forever. We can check the 4C in game. Is it like this? No, clouds. Here it is. This is just I have a list of all the clouds, and they move. We can multiply this by 20 to make them move faster, and then we will quickly see when they fly away and leave us forever. So we can do 200, and then all of them will just leave us. That makes it easier to test it, right? Wait. Aha! I've been here before. There's okay. They spawn out here. Wait, how far do they go? To go quite far. Where is the mouse cursor now? Don't I have a shortcut to say? Game update. I thought I had a shortcut to print where the cursor was. Play mode update. Maybe that's on the editor. Edit mode. Edit mode update. Yeah, I'm gonna steal this one too. Play mode update. Steal it and put it here. This won't work. Camera state. Fetch the camera. Now I can stand here and I can press P, and I can see this is at 1600. And then at 1800 I can change to 1600. So there we go. I got lost in my level. What happened? No, there we go. Let's see if the clouds just swoosh by now. Go faster. I don't have time for this. Yeah, so Leandro asks if it's Unity. No, like Elisu says, it's just Odin programming language, and I'm just programming in Sublime. And for rendering and the sound and stuff, the music you hear is actually from the game. It's just the background music in the game. But so it uses Raylib for rendering graphics and playing sounds and music and stuff. And there are in Odin there are Raylib bindings available. So in my world, in my draw world function, whatever, I have this code here that goes through all my renderables and draws some textures and circles and strings and stuff, and then it plays some audio and music and stuff. So everything prefixed with RL here is from Raylib, which is a library written in C, but it has bindings for Odin. So you have all this. If you look in raylib.odin, you have all these fancy API down here. It's sort of like SDL, but a bit more high level. There it is. So yeah, you can create your window, set the window position, get some interesting info about the position, play around with the cursor, do different shader modes, supports both 2D and 3D, so you can also render 3D models, you can load shaders and set variables on shaders, you can toy around with the matrices of the camera, again both for 2D and 3D. Then it has stuff like all this stuff, load and save file data. That's because the standard library in C is a bit annoying to use. So I think Ray, who made Raylib, just did things that are usually annoying to do in C to make it this like a good library for learning game development. So I don't really use these, for example. I just use whatever is in the Odin standard library, which is also fine. But you know, and then it has all the classic stuff: checking for keys pressed, checking for gamepad button pressed, getting the mouse positions. You can use touch, gestures, and then you have all the different draw functions. You can draw separate pixels, lines, circles, blah blah blah, rectangles, and then of course you can draw. Where's the draw texture? Maybe so a little further down. You can draw splines and also calculate the position on splines. You can check collision between rectangles. There's no fancy physics engine, you can just check those things. And you can load the images, like load images from disk into a file. You can also load textures, which is a GPU side image essentially. And then these are the functions for drawing textures and stuff. And do stuff with fonts, draw text, toy around with UTF-8 strings a bit. This is again because the C standard library is not so fun to work with. This stuff I don't use. This is more of a text manipulation. And here you have the 3D drawing, cylinders, planes, blah blah blah. You can load models in for 3D, draw models, upload meshes to the GPU, generate geometry, and there's some kind of material concept which I have no idea how it works. And then there's 3D ray casting, and then you can initialize an audio device, load wave from file, like load sound files and play them. And then you can load music streams. The difference between a music stream and a wave file is that the wave file, the whole thing is loaded into memory. The music stream is streamed piece by piece from the disk, so you don't load the whole thing. You can do the same with, I'm not sure what the audio stream does, but that's essentially it. But it's, you know, it's sort of all the things you need to get going with game dev. So it's good, especially if you're trying to. I've worked on game engines, so I know how to do these things myself. But I just wanted to, for once, just use a simple tech stack like a programming language in a library to make something, and then I chose to do this. And here are my clouds still swooshing by. So now we will remove that times 200. Well, that's another times 200. Is this one? 2000 is different. Yeah, you can, if you have the Odin language server, like Elisu says in the chat, then you can also have it tell you which functions are inside the Odin. I don't have OLS just because I should try it again. It just was buggy the last time I tried it, but I know they fixed those bugs, but I just haven't bothered. It's, yeah, OLS would give you, like, when you type RL dot, you would get like help with whatever is inside the RL namespace. And not the namespace, the RL package. Yeah, but I think that's fine then. What we can also do here is Yeah. Yeah, I just haven't used OLS. I don't know. But I also have, you know, the Raylib stuff in my repo and stuff. So Sublime still gives me some suggestions on whatever is in there because it's, I mean, not in my repo, but it's in my Sublime project, I mean. So it's fine. The only thing with this is that I have clouds on the second level as well. Here. That are not moving. And I think I know why. Entity properties. To tag them up as clouds for that to work. Cloud. Here's another one. That's apparently check if this will go behind the mountain now. No? Good. That one is correctly tagged up and that one as well. Good. That then they should in theory move now. Do they? No. Why? When are the clouds? Aha. They're manually added on the planet. Well, then I can fix this. This is fine. I'll do a funny thing here. It's me. I'll do like this. Add the clouds. Take these guys, put them in here. And then we go here and we say add clouds. Then I can also fix the, there's another thing with like at what X in the world does the cloud disappear and what X does it reappear, but I can configure that. Right, we have that, and then we go to the other level, which is this one. It's called house, but it's not a house. You start in a house. Yes, that's why it's named like that. But now removing, because now I went in the level editor and left it, and then this code is rerun. So then it added all the clouds to the list. What we can do now is we can go to game memory or something. Or maybe in the world we can put it next to the cloud. Clouds max x is a float. Clouds min x start. Cloud start x. We do that. Right. And then we can put the game here and blah 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 blah. Go here. Take the debug camera, fly out a bit to here, press P. Okay, it's minus 783 over here. And then we go somewhere over here maybe. Do you have your two? Add clouds is here. So in this case, world dot cloud min start x is minus 783 and world dot clouds max x is 1433. No, wait, that's for the, yeah, this is for, wait, this is for here. And then we check this 1600 thing here should be world dot cloud max x, and then it gets set to world dot cloud start x. Wait, what was this? Minus 800 and plus 1600. Post load level. Minus 800 and plus 1600. Yeah. Let's see here. What? Oh, I'm in the level editor. Okay, let's do the thing again. Here we take times 2000 and let's see them swoosh by. Should pass again. Apparently he got tired. Oh, this minus is of course built into the variable. There you go. It was being put very far to the right and I think it was just stuck in a weird position. Now the clouds are swishing by. Zoom zoom. Zoom zoom zoom. There you go. There you go. Okay, fix the clouds. Maybe I should add some more clouds here, but that's that for that time. Okay, this is fixed. Then I can add a point as like add more clouds. This one, go down here. So essentially, I mean, I sometimes add things to this list, but I tend to complete more than I add at least. So when this list is done, then the game is sort of released. This is the idea. This is my final fixing list. So I'm gonna see if there's any more coffee. Is there more coffee? Did you drink the coffee? I'll go drink the coffee. Do. You can start over. This is a bug I need to fix. Maybe one of the biggest bugs still in there. There's two big bugs. This one, you can start so when you fly up to the tree here, if you talk to Onion again, they're the same. You fly up again. It just resets your position to at the bottom of the tree because I haven't added dialogue for that. This might be quite fun to fix so that the NPCs have. Currently, it's always red background on the when you talk to people like this. It's always red background, but some people maybe like, for example, this guy. Maybe it would be nice if this one had like I'm thinking maybe you take the color of the fur, put in here. Would make it quite cute, I think. So Yeah. But anyways, the biggest bug still is that you can fly up like that over and over. And then there's also, I mean, with big bugs, I think, annoying to well, the flying up is not annoying to fix. There is one attic is very buggy with the collisions. Yeah, there's some collision bugs in there, and those are a bit more annoying to fix because I need to somehow get the player to not end up in all these bad spots. Like, if you watched if anyone watched the sort of, there was the Double Fine Psycho Odyssey documentary, and in there you hear that there was a lot of time spent. They got a few extra months. Like, they thought we were gonna release it before summer, and then they got to release it after the summer, during the year they released it, whenever that was. And the game came out quite, you know, it was quite smooth and non-buggy, but before the summer they had lots of places where the player could, you know, fall into a little crack maybe in the ground and get stuck, or stuck behind a stone. I think they call them lobster bugs or something for some reason. But essentially I have some of those that where you can do weird things and get stuck. And those are a bit, some of them you can fix with programming, in the sense that maybe it should check, like if you can play a certain transition and climb up on something, where you end up when you climb, you're gonna be inside a box or something. But some of them are more place things in the way of the player. Maybe we can try doing this. Per NPC background color of dialogue win. That's kind of fun and easy. Just take things from the list and do. I'm just gonna do all the easy things, and at the end I'm gonna have like 2 weeks until the game releases, and then it's 20 boring things, and then I lose my mind. I can't type anymore. Cloud fixes. Okay, let's try this. Let's move it to the in progress to be tidy. Per NPC background color of dialogue window. Currently it draws the dialogue. I'm annoyed by the microphone arm for some reason. Here we go. Currently it draws the update interaction dialogue. In here it draws the in here it draws the line, which is the thing you're currently saying. This guy is currently saying something. And then here it draws a couple of rectangles. You see it's like one rectangle, another one, and then a third. What this actually does is it first draws one black rectangle. We can disable this line and you'll see what it does. First it draws one black rectangle like this, and then it draws another one that is 1 pixel smaller but also 1 pixel higher, and then you get this little rounded edge. So this is actually 2 rectangles drawn. This arrow is an image that's drawn separately. And then after that it draws in this red area on top. So it's actually, it's the background rect padded 1 extra pixel in the left direction, draws that with dark color. I have all my, since I have only 8 colors in the game, I have all of them in this file here. The very aware viewer might notice that there's only 7 colors here, because there's one color that I've never used from code, and I don't really know which one it is. Sky can't dark light me. Which one is it? Which is it this one maybe? Dark is this one, medium dark is for some reason this one, I think. I think it's the brown color, has never been used from code. That's sort of the use for ground a lot and stuff. But yeah, since the game only uses 8 colors, I can have all of them. And it's very stupid. The red one is called color cat. The cat color. Because initially, I never used the red for anything but the cat. And then over time, I've been like, I need it for a few extra things. I tend to use them for the UI, the bubble here, and the rocket is also red. And then there's a few tiny places otherwise. Like if you look at this tree here, on the left side we have this yellow. I was trying to make some way to make this one not clash with the clouds, because the clouds are white, and this tree, this is the flower tree with flower instead of leaves. Flower as in the baking flour. But in order to not make it blend with the clouds, I added on the left sides, I added this yellow, orange, and on the right side there is actually the cat color. But anyways, I have to be a bit creative with colors when you only have 8. I've tried to use some dithering. It can get a bit noisy sometimes because the game is so low res. Dithering actually works better when you're sort of medium res. If you're 640 by 480, like VGA, then dithering is amazing. You can like pretend you have many more colors than you have. But when you're very blocky low res like this, then the dithering sort of becomes more like, it doesn't really give the illusion as much of extra colors. It more becomes this way to do gradients in a funny way. And my philosophy with dithering is usually, if it's a smooth transition on a plane, then you can use dithering. But if it's a sudden transition where, for example, like here is a wall, and this dark stuff is supposed to be much further back. It's the back wall, and this is, you know, this like they are orthogonal to each other. There's like a 90-degree angle in here. Then that would never use dithering. But down here, I was just thinking that, oh, this is where, you know, you get into the deep mud. So the idea here is that it uses this little dither pattern to signal that there's a smooth transition on the same plane. There's no like sharp angle inside the thing there. So that's what I've been trying to do with that. And then sometimes, you know, there's no 100% rules here. So see, there's a black edge here. Some dithering going on over here, but then there's a black edge. That's just because it looks nicer like that. Colors. Okay, so essentially the only thing we need to do to change the background color here is, okay, there's two things. The arrow will be the wrong color. Maybe I can totally ditch the, I was thinking if I could draw the arrow in the game using like funny, like a few lines of code. I mean, I can do that, it's fine. Essentially one red square like that, then there's one dark square like that, and then there's 3 pixels. Let's try it. Let's try it. Remove it first. And then we say draw a rectangle. So anchor point is where the arrow is supposed to be. So let's do like, let's make a little scope here. Arrow drawing. So say so this is rect from pos and size. We say, let's say anchor point minus, I think it might be like that, or maybe 3. That's the position, and the size is, oh, I removed it so I can't see it anymore. Okay, let's pretend it's 2,3. And then we take this thing, shove it in here, we say color cat. That's the layer, this last number. That's why these are behind Okay. I'll draw the arrow again. They're 1 pixel off. Now if I remove the arrow, should have, yeah, actually can I see that again? I can do actually it's like one dark rect here. Let's use 3 dark rects, that's a line each, and then we put the red background on top. Show you what I mean. Arrow dark BG 1 is this one. It's 3 wide and 1 high. Dark BG2 is 2 wide, but it's also not as high up. So I'm trying to like first draw this one and then a slightly smaller rect, and then I do 3 different ones, and then I put the red. Oh yeah, it's not gonna work because damn it, because this thing, it'll work. I'll figure it out. Wait, this is longer. This is 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 wide, 3 wide, 2 wide. We draw these guys with dark color. Then we toss out the... Well, that didn't work. Actually, maybe the first one we don't even need to draw. This is just because this one I didn't change. No, wait. This one. Exciting stream making an arrow. Can I... Does this thing take a tint? Yes. Then I can do this. Tint equals rl.color. I can just do this. I can do 255, 255, 255, 100. I get the... Then I get, you see, I get this thing on top. Okay. Actually, it didn't help that much because my blending mode is so weird. Okay, seems like this one should be 4. This should be 3. And then at 0, should have 2. And this one is not needed. Maybe. What happened? 1, 2, 3. Like that maybe. Does that line up nicely with the... It's too wide now instead. Is it too wide now instead? Looks like it's a bit off. Re-enable that. Yeah, there you go. Now the only thing you need to do is draw two red rectangles. Because there's two separate ones. There's one you need to fill in a 2x2 pixel here. So it's the arrow BG1, rect from pass size, anchor point -1, comma 2, and then it should be a 2x2. We can start like that. Draw a rectangle again. I'm just doing this because I want this bubble here to be configurable which color it is. And then it's all made in code except for the little arrow that was an image that was hard made red. I mean, I could make everything white and then tint it in the engine, but why? Like that maybe. And the text needs to come forward a bit. Okay, that was almost correct. -3. Go up. You see, and now the only thing missing is the one little extra pixel there, which is is it like this? 1 by 1. I think there's a draw pixel function, but yeah, I'll do it like this. Here you go. It's the same as this. It's absolutely. Now when if I comment out all this, go back to the game, you will see no difference. Well, okay, you see difference because it's tinted. Because I forgot to remove this line. Here you go. Now we can delete that, delete these things, and re-enable all this code. And now nothing will change, except that we can configure this color. So we can say bg color equals color cat. Place it in 3 places. Yeah. Okay, how will we configure the color? We can do maybe like this. Dialog actor. Let's start with something simple like this. Actor equals dot player. Otherwise it's color orange. Now this will all just change to orange, I think. Bam. Here you go. See how this looks in monochrome. Looks fine. I just checked that for colorblind issues. The screen is actually a bit hard to see against the background, but this all looks nice. There's a hotkey. You can press Control Windows C in Windows 10, and the whole screen will turn monochrome. You can also go into the, what's it called? The accessibility settings and change. You can change it to be like red, green, color blindness and whatever. But just testing in total monochrome, just seeing if the values of the color seem to be okay is quite a good idea. I think this already is like, gives a lot of character to it. But right now, everyone will be yellow, which, you know, we walk to this guy should probably have like a blue background, you know. So let's configure that somehow. And I think it's quite easy. We will add, maybe look at the entity here. Let's just do, I think I can get away with something like this. We say color cat. Ugh. Then we say switch E. Is it E? What's wait, we do this. If actor is dot entity light talking with, is that one? Yes. We can do this. Switch the kind. And you have a lot of different types of entities, and here we can just, oi, that's a lot. What we'll do a partial in front, which so we don't have to do all of them, because some of these guys can talk. Not all of them are NPCs. Legacy, rock wall, butter, root cellar door, flower tree can talk, stone can talk, waterfall can talk, bird can talk, onion seed can talk, soil can talk, or angry door can talk, egg can talk, front door can talk, cat can talk, but it doesn't really matter because this doesn't happen to play. Squirrel can talk, acorn can talk, hatch can talk, batter bolt can blah blah blah, draw by unused. Yeah. Then we can just do this. BG color equals. Well, let's go have a look at this guy. What does it feel like this guy has for color? Well, either it's brown or it's the white. Called color light. Stone is this guy. He can be brown. Oh, now I need to add the missing color. It's happening. It's happening. I think it's this one that's missing. Yeah. Color brown. Okay, waterfall. BG color is let's think a bit here. This is very dark, so I might have to change the text color also in the case of the waterfall, unless I use the, because maybe it works. We can try. Dark. It's more fun with color sky, which is the light blue one. Let's try that for starters. Though these all need the dot in front of them because they're enum variations. Oh. The only problem here is that it looks a bit, the sky is blue and you know it's a bit samey, but I don't have that many colors. We can try dark, which is this. No, that's that color. What's the, oh, you're medium dark. These variable names. Oh, that's not very good. Maybe if the text was this light blue inside here. Yeah. Let's switch it back to sky, and maybe we can do that later. Let's go through all the bird is up here. Oi! what was what was that? The cat panicked. It was emergent weird stuff. Okay, here's the bird is very white. In the sense that yeah, I think that's correct. It has a white egg and it's white, you know. That's funny. Okay. Good. And then we need to go look at... Oh, they can look at the stone also. Yeah, I can't pick that up. It's correct. This is also... The text is a bit hard to read. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe it's not that bad. I think it's always a good, like, if you look at text and it's hard to read and you're not 100%. Is it hard to read? Yes, no. Then your tiebreaker is you can check it in monochrome, and if it got harder to read in monochrome because you lost some color difference but the values were similar, then you really need to change the color. Okay, let's fix this guy. But maybe you and the rocket are the only ones with the red because you're the cat and the onion. He is very red. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, I'm gonna hard code that just so it's obvious that I want that. Angry door. Angry door is this guy. Just smack him with that. Maybe he's orange, I don't know. See how that looks. His speech bubble is a bit offset also, but that's just because I changed things with that. I will fix that. Okay, good. The squirrel is also orange. Go back, talk to him. Where are you at? There you are. Oi. This is much better. It's also clear if I would end up in a position where I maybe stand too close, so the speech bubble is a bit weird. I fixed that mostly because I fixed this thing where the character walks to a set position, but if there ever is any uncertainty who's talking, then the color can also help. Okay. Now we go back to the second level, jump out of the rocket, fly up here. I have this interesting fellow. This one I think will have a dark green, maybe. Color medium. It's funny, this is the one that I use in the waterfall. I use it as a shade of blue. It's like the dark blue. And then the light blue color here I use as the light blue in the waterfall. But here, since it's next to this green color, this feels more green. But when it's only around blue, like you can go back and look at here. You see, this is the same color here. No, it's not. Yes, it is. You see, here I measured the color value. I got confused myself there for a while. So you see this one and this one is the same, but here it feels more green, and here over here it somehow feels a bit more blue, just because it's more surrounded by blue and it seems to be part of a waterfall and all that. Yeah. Anyways, let's fly back up. But this one was problematic, wasn't it? Maybe I need to fix this immediately with the... Ah. Color medium dark. Yeah, this is, I think, not a good. Maybe if I put green. What is it called then? Oh, it's called it's called color grass. Yeah, that's better. This guy's bubble is also, it should be slightly further up so it doesn't clash so much with. So that's good. Perfect. Wait, I need to. Whatever. Switch level away from that guy. So now they all got nice colors. It's only maybe that I want to vary the text color as well. Let's see, how do I do that? Render text. Does this one text? Oh, this one takes a color, so it's not too bad. We can fix that immediately actually. And do this. Text color is color dark. Go down here. Go to render text. Say color equals. Is it tint? What's it called? Let's use compile C. It was color. Run up to this guy. Mr. Wet. I'm not sure it's the best name. It kind of sounds a bit wrong. Medium dark. Yeah. Then we say text color is color sky. Let's see how that feels. Not very good is the answer. Light. No, maybe I need to change the outline color as well. Maybe that's the problem. Let's try that, just for funsies. Fancies. Map. Fancy. Okay, if I do color sky. Ooh. It's all a bit mushed up. Okay, let's try reversing it and say color sky and medium dark. No. Maybe color dark. Isn't this what I tried before? Oh, I thought it mixed too much with the... I don't know. I think it's fine actually. This is how it's supposed to be. Oh, I should also make this one in their color. It's similar. I just need to draw this manually and then draw in the 3 dots because this is currently a texture, the whole thing. You draw it the same way. I can do that later, but that's fine. Because then everything will be nice and good. As we'll say. Okay, hope you're having a splashy day. But maybe let's fly up to Mr. Meow. Acorn. Okay, let's try some stuff. Okay, first I'm gonna move his case.acorn. His interaction point is down here, but then his icon should be slightly higher up. Maybe that's it. I have to This I have to reset the... Yeah, that looks better. It just doesn't clash with the lines as much here. Okay, let's try this. Color text. Color dark, okay. So either we will try to use the dark. Let's try, where is he? What's his name? Is Acorn here. BG color, medium dark, text color, grass. Everything sounds so silly. I like it, but it's not that easy to read anymore. Maybe if I reverse it somehow, everything will. But I think it won't look as fun if I reverse it. This one is a bit easier to read for me. So I'll keep it like that for now. I will see how it feels when I play. Okay, back to this guy. I don't have any other fun colors to use really. I think that's fine for now. Yeah, I left my camera behind. Sometimes you lock the camera and then it... Maybe this guy needs brighter. Let's... For Mr. Stone. Hello, Mr. Stone. You want some orange text color? Would that please you? Maybe, but also it clashes now with this thing here. Let's try brown text color on dark. Rock on. I don't love it. I think the stone should have general have dark colors, but I'm not sure how. I mean, I can go even funny. I can have an outline color and a text color, but then it becomes clown, circus, bubble, speech bubble, bubble. Keep it like that for now. I'm gonna play through it later and see how it feels. But this is much better. It's much better. Let's go up, talk to this guy, see how it looks. Yeah, I think this is the... Yep, quite happy with that. All right. I think that's it for my stream today. I'm gonna walk to IKEA now and look at a sofa to buy for my apartment. It's a Swedish thing. That's what we do when we quit work in Sweden. When we get off work, go to IKEA. It's true. Everyone goes there. They have 10 million people living in Sweden, and we have IKEA for 10 million people at the same time. Everyone is in there eating meatballs. That's a lie. But it's a good measure of if you live in a big enough city. I live in a city where there's an IKEA, but it's not the biggest. It's not. I don't live in a capital. But yeah, I think it's a good, like when it's a big enough city is when there's an IKEA around, so you can go buy your stupid side table or whatever you want when you need it. Colors. What is it called? Dialogue. Speech bubble colors. Super custom 2000. Okay. That's that for today. Of my... Oh, let's do the thing. Move it down to completed. I can also commit this thing. Git add git commit to do. Okay. That's that for today. Thanks everyone for watching, and I will continue. I will probably do more streams of my to-do list grinding. There are a few things I will not, like I have some things for the end of the game that I will not do on stream that I need to fix, but when I might do some streams where I'm just fixing small fun things like this, because it's quite nice to have some kind of rubber duck audience to talk to.